a little wiggle. Close our eyes and just bring our thoughts inward and see how we're feeling today. As we move around, is there anything that we didn't realize needed some attention or feels a little better than we thought, etc., etc.? And then we'll settle into some stillness. We'll just breathe deeply in and out through our nose. We'll feel our sitting bones rooting down into our mats. As we inhale, we lengthen in that spine, make ourselves nice and tall and strong. Give ourselves the reminder that we are working with this body that we have right now. It changes throughout the day from day to day, but what we are working with right now is this. So we have to remember to listen to what it is telling us. Challenging ourselves, but not pushing so far that we hurt ourselves. Always remind ourselves that we are never looking for perfection. That just doesn't exist, and we'll just be chasing our tails forever. Bring our hands to our hearts. Inhale, lift them up to the sky. Breathing deeply into our bellies. And then exhale, let's fold forward. Bringing those hands out in front of us, dropping the head, relaxing the shoulders. And we'll slowly walk our hands back and rise up. Hands come up high again. We'll do that a couple more times. So inhale, lengthen, and we'll fold forward. On that exhale, lowering the chest down toward the earth. Walking our hands backwards, lifting them up high. And one more time. Exhale, folding forward. And walking them back one more time. Rising up. Hands come to our knees. Inhale, lengthen, pull those shoulders back. And then exhale, let's walk those hands around to the right. Our right hand will find the floor behind us. Left hand finds the thigh and the right thigh. And we'll just slowly turn with our breath. And slowly going back to the center again. Inhale, we lengthen. And what we're doing is we're giving all of our vertebrae some space so that as we exhale, we can twist. Back to the center. Very good. Nice and tall. Let's bring those hands to the floor and we'll come up to our tabletop. Our hands, fingers are nice and wide, pressing into the floor. We're underneath of our shoulders, our knees are under our hips. We can tuck those toes if we like, or we can keep them nice and soft. It's completely up to you on this. And now right here, let's do some cats and cows. So exhale, we'll lift that back up to the sky, roll around, tucking the chin, tucking our tails. And then inhale, dropping that tongue. We'll lift the heart, the chin, and our keister. Good. Exhale. We'll round. And inhale, we'll arch. Moving with our breath. Just rounding and arching, making our little kitty cats and our cows. Let's do one more cat and one more cow. And then we'll meet in our neutral spine. And really paying attention to making it nice and straight, opening up in this lumbar region. And then when we're ready, we're just going to reach out with that right hand out in front of us. We're not trying to get as high as we can, just out nice and straight. And then same thing with that left foot, pressing back behind us. Making ourselves long, and fingertips all the way down to our heel. We're pointing those toes down to the mat so that we can bring this left hip down to make it nice and flat with the right. And exhale, lowering back down. And we'll go over to the other side. Left hand reaches out in front of us. And right foot presses back. And lowering back down. Right hand, left foot. And releasing. And left hand, right foot. And releasing. And now this time, right hand, left foot. We're going to stay here for one breath. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring the elbow and the knee together underneath our tummy. We're going to round in the spine. And inhale, lengthen. And exhale, we're round, bringing those two underneath together. And inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bringing them together, rounding in that spine. Now this time, as we inhale, let's lift the hand and the foot, looking up, arching a little bit, and then exhale, we round. Inhale, little arch. Exhale, we'll round. One more time. Inhale. And back down to our neutral spine. Good. We'll take one breath here. Now, left hand, right foot. Finding our balance, our good strong core. And when we're ready, exhale, we'll touch underneath with the elbow and the knee. And inhale, we'll lengthen. Moving deliberately Keep our balance. Exhaling and grounding. And now this time, inhale, let's lift. Exhale, round and touch. Inhale, let's lift. Exhale and rounding. One more time. Inhale, lift. And back down to our tabletop. And now let's come all the way down to our child's pose. Arms come out in front of us. Hips come over our heels. Pull around in that spine. We'll just kind of relax here for 2 or 3 breaths. Feel our chest sink a little bit lower in towards our mat. And now here, staying real low with our hips and our chest, we're going to walk those hands over to the right, reaching across our body with that left hand, sitting those hips down to our heels. And slowly walk all the way around to the left, reaching across with the right hand, and then sitting those hips down, opening the right side of the body. And then back to the center. And then slowly we're going to walk our hands backwards. Our hips are going to find our heels. We're keeping those hands on the floor, just barely out in front of us. Keeping that nice strong spine. You should still feel that back opening up right above our bums. We're going to take this left hand and touch behind our head. And then inhale, we're going to turn and look up toward the sky. And then exhale, lower back down. And inhale, lift, little twist. And exhale, lower down. So moving again with our breath. Using it to help with our movement, but also to help our bodies release and to cooperate. One more time. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, back down, lower the left hand. And we'll turn over to the right side. So right hand will touch behind the head. Hips are still by our heels. Inhale, we'll lift and turn to look toward the sky. So we're lifting the elbow up to the sky. And then exhale, lowering it down. We're going to go as far as to touch that left arm. And inhale up. And exhale down. Using that breath to help with our pace. Focus. Let's do a couple more. In, up, down. One more in. Exhale. Both hands behind the mat. We'll walk forward, finding that tabletop again. We can tuck those toes if we'd like. Press back, open up in those heels and our feet. And back to the tabletop. We're going to bring that right foot forward into our little lunge. But for this time, we're going to keep this left knee underneath of our hip. Our right knee is over our ankle. We'll come up nice and tall. And think about tilting that pelvis, tucking the tail, opening up in that low back, finding the balance, lifting the heart without arching. We want to lift and then arch in the back. What we're trying to do is lengthen in the spine. Pull those shoulders back. Our hands can just find this thigh, this right thigh. And you should start to feel like right in the front of this left hip, a little bit of length. What? A little bit of openness. Anti-sitting at a desk or our dining room table or whatever it is. We would like to even lift up that left hand to continue the length. And now with this left hand up to the sky, let's lean just a little bit over to the right. Oh, we're finding all sorts of length in places we didn't know we had. And back up to the center. And then we'll bring both hands down to the inside of this right foot. We're still keeping the hip over the knee for now. Good. And now let's walk our hands around to the left, keeping our knees and our hips where they are. Good, and back to the center. And now let's lock those hands forward just a little bit. We'll wiggle those right toes forward. And now we'll begin to bring the hips forward on the left side for lizard pose. Softening that left foot. Lengthening. We should still feel a lot of length in that left hip. In the spine. A little bit deeper in that right hip. And now exhale, let's walk ourselves backwards for our half split. So hips come over that left knee again, right toes come up to the sky. And now we can start it up. Thigh if you would like. And begin to bring our chest towards our toes instead of towards our thigh. And we're still just thinking of hinging at that hip. And slowly walk ourselves lower and lower onto the leg. To the floor. If we have blocks or a book, I definitely encourage the use of props when necessary. Good. And now inhale, let's come forward. Open the front of that left hip again. And exhale, we'll come backwards. And forward as we inhale. And exhale, we'll slowly go backwards again. Moving deliberately, using that breath to help with our pace. No need to try and keep up with anybody or anything. Inhale forward. We'll do this one more time. Exhale, coming back. Good. Inhale, let's come forward. Hands find the mat inside that right foot. And now let's lift up the right hand, opening up, little twist, sinking those hips down, opening up to the right. Back down. And now step back into our child's pose. Give our hips a little bit of a break. Good. And now let's inhale up towards tabletop. We'll work on the left side. So bring the left foot forward, keeping the right hip over that right knee. And come our hands come to that thigh. Find our way into a nice tall lunge. And again, tucking that tail, you should feel this right hip begin to open a little bit. Use that breath. Allow it to open up, relax. And when we're ready, we can lift up that right hand. Lengthening even further up through the side body, into our shoulder. And now let's slowly bend our way over to the left a little bit, just this way. And all of a sudden, we start to move up inside that rib cage a little bit more. Outer hip. Good. And back up to the center. And then both hands find the mat inside that left foot. Keeping everything here below the equator where it is. We'll just walk those hands around to the right. And back to the center. And then walk those hands forward just a little bit and work our way into the lizard pose. So our foot will come forward, hands will come forward, hips will come forward, but we'll keep that right knee where it is, because then it wouldn't make any sense with just crawling along the floor. Nice proud chest, sinking those hips down. And then keeping that left hand on, or the right hand on the floor, left hand comes up to the sky. I was doing so well. Good, and exhale back down. And now we'll work our way into our little split. So walking those hands backwards, hips come over that right knee, left toes point up to the sky, and to the thigh, to the floor, the shin. We'll just slowly encourage that chest to go toward the toes, ankle, general area. And inhale, looking forward. And then with our breath, we'll just work our way forward and backward. Exhale, we go back. Inhale, we come forward. Exhale, slowly working backwards. Inhale, forward with purpose. Let's do one more. Exhale, we'll go back. Find that length. Inhale, coming on forward. And then both hands can find the mat. And we'll step back to that child's pose. Well done. Let's inhale up to our baby plank. Shoulders are over those wrists. Good. And then exhale, we'll just lower that chest all the way down to the mat. Hands are underneath of our shoulders. And now right here, what we're going to do is we're going to scoot our chest forward and then slowly come up into a cobra. Cobra can come all the way up off of the mat, or if we're not feeling that today, we can just do a baby cobra. That's fine too. But what we're trying to do is yearn that spine forward, chest coming up, lengthening all the way from our tail to our noggin. Let's do this for one more breath. And on the exhale, slowly lower down. Good. We'll rest back to our child's pose. Give it a little round. Let's inhale up to our little plank. We'll slowly lower down. We're going to do that cobra one more time. So please make sure that we're listening to ourselves because this can get kind of intense. As we inhale, chest comes forward. Hips will stay on the ground. As we slowly help ourselves up. If it gets to be too much, always listen to what your body is telling you. Take a break. Exhale. Come on down. Good. Now from here, we're just going to let our arms rest out. They can come out in front of us. We can even put our head on our hands. Up to you here. We're going to bring the motion down to our legs. So we're going to take that left leg and begin to reach back behind us over toward the right. So if you would like, our head can rest on our hands. We can have cactus arms. Opening up. And then we'll come back down. And we'll take that right leg and reach back behind us. If you can touch the floor, that's cool. Not necessary. Back down. And now with our breath. Exhale and kick back. Inhale to the center. Exhale. Back to the center. Exhale. And we want to exhale on those twists so it seems a little counterintuitive to exhale while we're kicking back. Make Make sure we do one more to each side so we are nice and balanced. Back to our bellies, hands come underneath of our shoulders, and again, let's press back to our child's pose. Child's pose is our friend. It is always here for us. Not only while we're on our yoga mats, but in life, sometimes you just need to take a child's pose. There. And then let's switch those feet over to one side. We'll help ourselves onto our bottoms. We'll bring those feet out in front of us. Good. And keep this left leg nice and long. We're going to bring the right leg in for our Janu Sirsasana. So right here, make sure that we're finding those sitting bones into the mat. So if we need to move that muscle away, it's muscle. Feel free to do that. And now, nice tall spine. We're just going to do a little twist around to the right, just like we did earlier at the very beginning of our practice. But we've been doing some stuff, so it may feel a little bit differently. Hopefully, better. Hopefully, a titch easier. Around to the center. Hands find the floor right in front of us, and we'll slowly walk forward into a little fold. Again, no need to try and break a record. We're just doing stuff for our body. And then slowly, let's come back up. And then again, we're just going to turn toward this right knee so that our shoulders are facing this right knee. Completely up to you. If you would like to bend the left knee, we're going to place our left elbow to the inside here. And now we're connected to the inside of our leg, to the outside of our arm. We can even grab our toe if we would like. We'll just place it right here. We're going to raise up this right arm and slowly work our way toward that left leg. But since we've already connected, sometimes it's a little easier to get ourselves into the position. If this knee does not straighten all the way, it's really okay. Keeping your shoulders stacked. One more big breath here, inhale, exhale, let's see just a millimeter or two further down. Good, and slowly we'll raise ourselves up. I'm going to take this right hand back behind us. And now the left hand gets to raise up. As we press into the left foot, into the right knee, and we'll come up nice and high with those hips. And exhale, we'll come back down. Ever so gracefully, bring those legs together. Feet come together. Soles of the feet will come together. We'll do a little bound angle here. Inhale, we lengthen. And now if we're happy here, we stay here. Or if we like, we can do a little fold forward. Do one more breath. Slowly come up. We'll work our Janu Shirshasana on the other side. So right leg comes out nice and long. Tuck that left foot into the right thigh. Find those sitting bones if we lost them nice and tall. And then exhale, we're just going to twist around to the left. Right hand on our left thigh. Left hand finds the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And then we'll slowly come back to the center and find the floor. Lengthen and then exhale. We'll slowly fold forward. Using those fingers, wiggle your way forward. And help ourselves to the top. We'll turn our shoulders over to the left knee. And then again, we can bend the right knee. We'll place our right hand on the inside of that leg. Keep that twist toward the left. Raising up the left hand. And slowly lengthening that right side. Which will help lengthen in the left side. Let's do 2 more breaths. There, and slowly helping ourselves back up to the top. Let's bring those feet together to bound angle one more time. Inhale, we lengthen. We hold our feet or our ankles. If we would like, we can use those elbows to encourage only. Let those knees fall down toward the mat, mostly on their own. Pull forward a little if you would like, and pull forward a lot if you like. We did not do stargazer pose, so we will do that after this message. Good, slowly, let's come back up. We'll rewind because we don't want to be unbalanced. Back to our Janu Shirshasana. See, it's never always perfection. We're just doing our best. We're mustering through life most of the time. Left hand comes back behind us. The right hand will come up to the sky. Pressing and lifting those hips. Turning the chest toward the sky. Opening up. Nice and long. Strong. And exhale, lower all the way back down. We have caught ourselves up, bringing those feet out in front of us. We'll roll up into our ball and rock our way back onto our backs. Roll into this little egg. We can rock side to side. Sometimes that feels really nice on our backs. And then we're just going to release those arms and shoulders down into the mat, keeping our knees bent. Take one big breath here. And then exhale, we'll just move those knees over to the left. Keeping our shoulders down into our mats. And then we'll slowly bring them up to the top. And exhale them over to the right. Back up to the center. And bring those hands down to our sides by our hips. Our feet will come down to the floor, all the way up by our butts. Knees are bent. Feet are pressing into the floor. We're just going to walk those shoulders underneath us again, tucking the tail. And as the more you tuck, all of a sudden, the lighter that butt gets, and it starts to lift up toward the sky. Lift those hips high, high, high up to the sky. And then slowly we'll lower back down. And then tuck that butt, lift the hips. Walk the shoulders underneath. exhale, we'll lower back down. Make sure that we're imprinting the entire back into our mats. We'll bend those knees, bring them into our chest, roll up into a ball, or upside down chest. It's always there for us. Good. Bring those feet up to the sky. Hands can be behind the calves, or the knees, or the thighs. It's really not even that big of a deal if we lift our shoulders up off of the ground here. Because as we begin to slowly lower those shoulders down, we're going to help those legs come with us. Now, if you need to bend those knees, it's totally okay to do that. If we have really tight hamstrings, we bend the knees and it's still really a good stretch, then mission accomplished. And bend those knees all the way, bringing them into our chest again. We'll open them nice and wide. We'll come into dead bug. So hands come to the pinky toe or the outer side of our feet. Open those knees nice and wide, flexing the feet, and slowly lower those shoulders down into our mats. Bringing those feet and knees with us. Don't forget our tail. We need to come down to the mat as well. Let's do one more full breath. Inhale. Exhale. Release our hands from our feet. We'll lower them down to our mats, both the hands and the feet. We close our eyes. And we give ourselves permission to just be still for a few minutes. Every breath, we release a little bit more. We surrender to the earth. If and only if you are ready, we deepen our breath. Slowly wiggle our fingers and toes and bring ourselves back into our space. Bring our knees into our chest and roll over onto the other side so that we can ever so gently help ourselves up to seated. Do our best not to disturb the peace that we have built within us during our Shavasana. The softness in our bodies, in our minds. And bring our hands together at our hearts. Lower our heads. Bow to ourselves in gratitude, thanking ourselves for all of the gifts we just received. Remember that the greatest gift that you can give yourself is an open mind and an open heart. And thank you so much for allowing me to share my practice with you today. I hope that you feel even just a little bit better than when we started. Let's keep this going. Dedication to yourself is incredibly important, and I applaud you for that. The light and the divine in you recognizes and respects the light and the divine in each of you. And when we are together, whether virtually or physically, we are one.